Hello everyone, I'm Sarah and welcome back to my crochet channel. Today's video I'm going to show you how to crochet the Sweet Baby Doll basket. Now last year we did the Sweet Baby Doll itself, and this is a really nice doll. It's soft and squishy. It can be made as a boy or a girl, or if you're giving it to someone and you don't know if they're having a boy or a girl, you can make it in neutral colors. You can also change the color of the flesh as well. And so it's a real nice, versatile baby doll, and it measures about 16 inches. Again, soft and squishy. Now, you can find the YouTube video right up there at that link. Or I'll also put the link to the Sweet Baby Doll itself down in that description box in the notes underneath this video, because we've already completed the baby doll pattern and video. Today we're going to be making the basket. The basket does measure a little bit bigger. The baby doll is 16 inches and the basket measures about 17 inches. And that's because you need a little bit of room to get your baby doll inside and out. And it's a very simple pattern. We start with half double crochets and then some double crochets. And we do a row of these cross stitches just for fun. And then of course we're going to do some single crochet to make the handle. If you can do a single crochet, a half double crochet, and a double crochet, you'll stitch this up relatively quickly. I did the demo in about an hour and a half. And it's a great last minute gift. Also, you can whip up a baby doll, whip up a basket, and I also have a pattern for a Sweet Baby Doll blanket that goes with it. I'll link that down in the notes underneath the video as well. To make our Sweet Baby Doll basket, you're going to need about 3 ounces of 2 different colors of medium weight number 4, or a total of 6 ounces, because we're going to be stitching this basket holding 2 strands of medium weight number 4 together. And so I decided to go ahead and use this white. It's Impeccable Loops and Threads from Michaels. It's your basic medium weight number 4 acrylic white yarn. And then I have this one here. It's Baby Colors. I don't have the label anymore, but it feels a lot like your Red Heart Super Saver or this Impeccable. And I'm going to work with them together. And don't panic, I'll show you how to hold 2 strands together to work up the basket. All right, so you need a total of 6 ounces or 3 ounces of 2 different colors. It just depends on if you want to do it all one color or 2 different colors or together. This one I just held the yarn together like this, and so it all came out in this fun sort of variegated, but I want to add this pop of white. I think it'd be really pretty. We're going to be stitching with a K-hook. Your K-hook is a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook, and we need a little bit bigger hook because we've got 2 strands together. You need your scissors, and then you need a needle just, to weave in ends. All right, when you stitch with holding 2 strands together, you're just going to keep pulling like this a little bit gently as you go. You don't want one yarn to gape and the other one to droop and get caught. And until you get used to it, it can be just a little bit tricky, but really it's not that hard. All right, so we're going to start with our slip knot. And one thing to remember, as you're stitching, those 2 loops together is going to be 1 loop. Not count those as 2 loops because they're 2 strands. That's 1 loop, okay? All right, so let's begin with our chain. We're going to begin chaining 33 chains. And we're going to be stitching on both sides of this chain to form the bottom. So make sure you stitch this beginning chain just a little bit loose. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to chain 33 chains just a little bit loose. I have chained my 33 chains just a little bit loose. You don't want it droopy, but you want to be able to stitch in both sides of the chain. And don't worry, I'll explain how to do that in just a second. Now we're going to begin by placing 3 half double crochets in the second chain from the hook. There's the first, so we're going to go in the second. Yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, and go through all 3 of the loops on your hook. All right, so we'll stitch 2 more. So we have 3 half double crochets in the second chain from the hook. Now we're going to place 1 half double crochet in each of the chains across, but not in the last chain. All right, so go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through all 3 loops in each chain across until we reach that last chain. We stitched 3 half double crochets in the second chain from the hook. Then we stitched 1 half double crochet in each stitch across until we reached that last chain, and we didn't stitch in that chain. And what we're going to do is stitch 3 half double crochets in that last chain. So there's 1, 2, and 3. All right. Now we're going to turn our work and we're going to stitch back what's called the opposite or other side of our chain. All right, so right in that first chain, we're going to stitch 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Then we'll stitch 1 half double crochet in each of those chains, working back down. I almost lost my loop there, and that's something that can happen when you're working with 2 strands, so we have to be careful of that. All right, so I'm going to stitch 1 half double crochet, working all the way back down my chain. And when we get to that last chain, we're again going to stitch 3 half double crochets. And this portion is forming the bottom of our baby basket. And so I'm working 1 half double crochet in each of the chains, working down the opposite or other side of our chain. So I completed stitching 1 half double crochet in each of my chains, working down the opposite or other side of the chain till I reach that last stitch. So now I'm going to stitch 3 half double crochets in my last chain stitch. There's 2 and 3. I'm going to join to that first half double crochet with a slip stitch and chain 2. So now your sweet baby basket should look like this. Let's do row 2. Now our chain 2 here does not count as a stitch. It just merely gets us up where we need to be. And what we're going to do is stitch 2 half double crochets in the first 2 stitches. 1, 2, then we'll go to the next half double crochet, 1 and 2. All right, now we're going to stitch 1 half double crochet in each of these stitches till we reach the last 2 stitches on this side. Okay, so 1 half double crochet in each of the stitches across. And again, be very careful holding your 2 strands together so that it doesn't pull or droop. And I just sort of pull it out like that after I make my stitch to make sure everything's the way it needs to be. Sometimes when I forget to do that is when I drop a loop and I have to fix it. Alright, so I'm just going to continue across stitching half double crochets until I reach the last 2 stitches on this side. I stitched my half double crochets all the way down until I reach the last 2 stitches on this side, and I'm going to stitch 2 double crochets in these last 2 stitches. 1, 2, and then 1 and 2. we're going to turn our work, and then in these first 2 stitches I'm going to stitch 2 half double crochets. 1, 2, 1 and 2. And then again I'll stitch 1 half double crochet in each of these stitches, working back down this row. And then I'll continue working my half double crochets until I reach the last 2 stitches on this row, and then again I'll put 2 in each of those 2 and we'll join. So I have stitched a half double crochet in each of these half double crochets till I reach my last 2 stitches, and now I'm going to stitch 2 half double crochets in my last 2 stitches. I'm going to join to my first half double crochet and chain 2. And now row 2 is complete. So we have completed row 2, and for row 3 we're going to stitch 1 half double crochet in each of the stitches, working all the way around. We're not going to increase anymore. We're not going to put 2 half double crochets in any stitch. It's just 1 half double crochet in each of the half double crochets around. So 1 half double crochet in each half double crochet, working all the way around our basket. And I really love using half double crochets for this basket because it makes a nice sturdy stitch. So I'll just continue working all the way around my basket, stitching 1 half double crochet in each of the half double crochets around. I stitched 1 half double crochet in each of the half double crochets, working all the way around. And one thing to remember is our chain 2 does not count as a stitch. So when you join, make sure you join to that half double crochet, not the chain 2. And now what we're going to do is just repeat what we did on row 3 on row 4, and that is just stitch 1 half double crochet in each of our half double crochets around. I have completed row 4, which was just repeating row 3, 1 half double crochet in each of the stitches around. The only difference is after I joined, I chained 3 instead of just chaining 2. All right, at this point we also want to turn it out. This is the outside and this is the inside, and this is the way that our basket will sit. All right, so for row 5, what we're going to do is instead of stitching half double crochets, we're going to stitch double crochets. And on row 5, the chain 3 does count as our first double crochet. So we'll go in the next stitch and stitch a double crochet. And then we'll stitch 1 double crochet in each of the half double crochets. Now a double crochet is yarn over, go in and pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over and go through the second 2. So just to make sure you're clear on what we're doing on row 5 is stitching 1 double crochet in each of the half double crochets, working all the way around our baby basket. I completed row 5, stitching 1 double crochet in each of the half double crochets around. I'm going to join to my chain 3 with a slip stitch and chain 3. And now what we're going to do for the next 2 rows is repeat row 5. So we're going to repeat row 5 for 2 more rows, which is 1 double crochet in each of the stitches around. And so we'll end up with 3 rows of double crochet. One double crochet in each of the stitches around, join chain 3 for 2 more rows. I repeated row 5 2 more times, so I have 3 rows of the double crochet. All right, now on row 8, because this is 5, 6, and 7, we're going to do a cross stitch row. All right, so I've joined to my chain 3 and chained 3. We've stitched our chain 3, which counts as our first double crochet. We're going to cross back and double crochet in the previous double crochet. So yarn over, go from the back to the front, and stitch your double crochet. And that's going to make your first cross. We're going to skip the next stitch and double crochet in the next. Oops, there we go. Now we'll double crochet in that stitch that we skipped. And now we've made our second cross. All right, we'll skip the next stitch and double crochet in the next. We'll cross back and double crochet in that stitch that we skipped. Skip the next, double crochet in the next, and then cross back and double crochet in that stitch we skipped. And that makes that pretty cross stitch row. Now, one thing to be careful of is it looks like I should stitch in this one, but that's where this stitch was stitched. So we skip this one and double crochet in the next. If you double crochet in the one or skip the one and then stitch in the next one, you'll be off and your count will be off. So see how that stitch is stitched in there? We skip this one, double crochet in the next, and then cross back and double crochet in the stitch that we skipped. So make sure you're looking to make sure which stitch is which. All right, let's do that one more time. Here's the stitch that's already been stitched in. We're going to skip the next and double crochet in the next. And then cross back and double crochet in the stitch that we skipped. And we'll repeat this, working all the way around, and then I'll show you how to join back. I have stitched my cross stitches all the way around. You're going to have 40 cross stitches because we have 80 double crochets. It takes 2 double crochets to make a cross stitch. All right, now here's my last cross stitch. What we're going to do is we're not going to join to this. We're going to join to that first double crochet, which was actually our chain 3. Okay, and it's back here. We join with a slip stitch. There we go. And then everything lines up nicely. All right, and then we'll go ahead and chain 3 because we're going to do a row of double crochets. Now, when you're double crocheting in the cross stitches, it can be a little difficult to know where to put your stitch. So if you look at the top, you can see where these braids are. And we'll go right in that next stitch and stitch a double crochet. And if you follow those braids, they're the 2 loops that look like braids. Follow those across, put 1 double crochet in each of those sets of braids or loops. You'll end up with the right amount of double crochets, which is 80 double crochets. All right. So basically, we're still stitching 1 double crochet in each double crochet around. And again, just follow those braids that are on top, or those loops. I shouldn't call them braids. Braids are 3, and these are 2 loops. Follow those around, and it'll help you stay on track with your 80 double crochets. I completed that row of 1 double crochet in each stitch, and I really love how the cross stitches look in there, and then the double crochet row. And what we're going to do now is we're going to repeat what we did on the cross stitch row. So here's our double crochet, or our chain 3 that counts as our double crochet. We're going to cross back and double crochet in that previous stitch. We'll skip the next stitch and double crochet in the next. Cross back in that skipped stitch and double crochet. Skip the next and double crochet in the next, and cross back and double crochet in that skipped stitch. And so what we're doing is just repeating our cross stitch row one more time all the way around, and this just makes a pretty texture stitch on our baby basket. So we'll just repeat our cross stitch row one more time. I have completed that second row of cross stitches around. Again, I'm going to join to that chain 3 where we started, and chain 3, and again I'm going to do a row of double crochets. Following those stitches on the top, or those loops, so I make sure that I don't mess up my stitch count. And so what it's going to have here is a row of double crochet cross stitches, a row of double crochets, a row of double crochet cross stitches, and a row of double crochets. And then we'll be ready to add the basket handles. One double crochet in each of the stitches, working all the way around. I completed that last row of double crochet, and this is how your basket should look at row 11. We've started with our half double crochets, we switched to double crochets, and then we did a row of cross stitch, double crochet, cross stitch, and double crochet. Now we're going to put the handles on. And so after our last row of double crochet, we only chained 1 instead of chaining 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet in the next 15 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Now we're going to chain 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. But we're only going to skip 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we'll join to the next stitch with a single crochet, and that's going to form our handle. And now we're going to single crochet in the next 15 stitches. We've already single crocheted 1, so we need to stitch 14 more. All right, let's count. Make sure I've got 15 single crochets here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Because we joined with 1 and we needed 14 more. Now we're going to turn our basket over and we're going to single crochet in the next 15 stitches. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And now we're going to do like we did over here, and we're going to chain 15. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Now we're going to skip 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that brings us right over here. And we'll join. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's this one. So there's 1, and we need to stitch 14 more. So we have a total of 15. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops. We'll just try that again. All right, let me make sure I got the right number here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. We'll join to that first single crochet and chain 1. And before you go any farther, I want you to look at your basket, make sure your handles are nice and even. And now all we're going to do is for our last row is we're going to single crochet in each of the single crochets and then single crochets in the chains of the handles. All right, so we'll single crochet in these first 15. crochet, and now we're going to single crochet in each of the chains of the handle, just to give it a little bit more support and sturdiness, so we don't break our handle when we're carrying our baby doll from room to room. Or maybe over to Grandma's house. So one single crochet in each of the 15 chains. There we go. Didn't want to get in there. And now I'm just going to single crochet in each of the single crochets. And so we'll just continue this around, stitching a single crochet in each single crochet, and then one in each of the chains, and then one in each of the last single crochets, and join back over here on the side of our basket. I stitched a single crochet in each single crochet and chain for the handles. I joined to the first single crochet. We're going to cut our yarn because we are done. I'm going to come to that next stitch and pull that loop to the inside. And we have a little bit of weaving in to do where we started in here, of course, but that is our sweet baby basket. So here is our completed sweet baby doll basket. And the sweet baby doll fits right inside, nice and cozy like. And we also have a sweet baby blanket that goes along with it. Now I do want to remind you that this is not for putting a real baby inside this basket, because it's not big enough and it's not safe. This is a toy. Now you can find the written pattern with lots of pictures for the sweet baby blanket, the sweet baby basket, and the sweet baby in the notes underneath this video in that description box. I think it's fun and it's perfect for taking over to Grandma's house.